Alright, so this is going to be the last video that I talk about letter leaping. These are just giving you examples, but as you can see, I put the word bookshelf on his bookshelf. Don't mind the pretzels because they're not usually there. And it's also a lot more organized, but we have stacks of books for the next few days. So, a little bit more disorganized than normal, but bookshelf for his bookshelf. Two things to note here, and one of them is personal preference. The other one is just ideally this is how you would want it, just so it is having the best effect on your child. The first thing, and this one is optional and personal preference, use a all over type of tape. I am currently using Scotch tape. I would have preferred a chunky tape that's just clear so that I could actually place these better, and I wouldn't have to worry about my son trying to rip them off every few minutes if I don't do every single side of them. So like this one, the top part of it's exposed. He's probably going to try and pull that one off. For bookshelf, I put bookshelf. For toy box, this one I actually did get all the way around it, which is really good. But it is at eye level. That is the most ideal way to do this so that they can visually see what is labeled. So my bookshelf, that is at eye level for him right now. The toy box, that is at eye level for him whenever he's opening and closing his toy box. This is his dresser or his chest of drawers, depending on how you want to label it. But I put dresser here because he does like to open up his drawers and pull things out from time to time. So I put this somewhere that he could actually see it without it being in the way of anything else. You would not want to place something like this on the side of it where it's not really visible to them. A good example of this is the mirror, which definitely has a lot of smudge marks, but ignore that for now. I put the word mirror on the bottom. It is at face level for him because he is only about 25 to 33 inches tall. So that gives him a good visual whenever he's looking in the mirror, which he does like to do quite a lot. So these are all at eye level for him. And it makes it very easy, if you can't tell by the fact that he's now playing with them, to actually see them and interact with them, understand what they are and what they mean. So the two things are, I would use a thicker, bigger tape so you're not having to actually tape every single side of it. It would just be easier to do one slab of tape all at once rather than 4 different sides of tape. And the next thing is just make sure that they are at eye level for your children so that they can actually interact with these, see them, understand them, and just explain them to your children as they are interacting with them. So let's say my son's going to open up the toy box. I'll be like, oh, are you opening the toy box? And then I point to the box as I'm saying toy box. Or if he's getting a book off the bookshelf, are you pulling a book off of the bookshelf? And then just pointing to the bookshelf itself. And like I said, that one piece of tape definitely would have solved my problem. He just took it off the window. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you find this useful and you can use it for your children in helping develop their letter recognition and their object recognition, because this kind of gives them a little bit of both. It helps them recognize different letters whenever you're doing the letter leaping, but it also helps them identify different objects if you are labeling things throughout your house.